Gold. Gold is this fantastic asset since thousands of years, right? I mean, we are using it for prestige objects like wedding rings or Olympia medals because it's just so unbelievable valued. But since the last highs of the gold price in August, where it's reached all-time highs with $2,000, we are seeing more and more interest not only in the digital gold like Bitcoin, but also in the physical gold like the very traditional store of value. Why is that? Well, this is exactly what we will talk about and which company we are going to look into today with a very interesting article that you will find the link into the description with all the tickers and information about this company. Make sure, guys, this is a sponsored video, so this is, as always, never a recommendation to buy or sell the stock. This is for your awareness only, to look into it, make your own research and decide if this is a company that you would like to invest in. So we will talk about INCA One Gold, which is one of the great gold processing companies out there, so you can be part of this infrastructure. But let's talk about a little bit about the value of gold. So gold value can increase over the next couple of years, and while it's basically almost sure that it will increase, it will also take all the other companies with it usually, because this is how the market works. Okay, if Bitcoin goes up, then all the Bitcoin combined and infrastructure companies go also up. All right, this is just like the very normal strings of economics, right? I mean, if Apple goes up, all the suppliers and infrastructure of Apple goes also up, right? And I mean, gold is not only, you know, you buy a bar and try to store value for you, but it's also in all other electronic products. Specifically, gold is very common on circuit boards, for example, on your TV, on your laptop, in your phone. I mean, it's absolutely insane how much gold we actually are using. So it's not only storing value, but also it's a great part of all of the electronics out there. As more electronics we need, as more gold we need, so this is also surging the prices. But let's dive into one of the most important parts of gold price. Gold price will go up because is the current situation, you know, putting down rates, which is, you know, having more and more money into circulation because it's very cheap to loan some money and put it into economy. This is number one. And the second thing, we are printing a lot of money in the US, in Europe, everywhere to just combat this health crisis. So you can see here with these two things, those devaluation of US dollar is crazy. And that's why gold is a fantastic way to hedge a little bit about that. It's not only me saying that, that's big investors like Ray Dalio, Billionaire, is saying this as well about gold. Let's have a look.
I think that you have to have a certain amount of gold in your portfolio, right, or you have to have something that's hard. There are three monetary systems that happen. The first is, in the old days, it had intrinsic value. You'd carry around gold coins. Then we come up with the idea of banks or even central banks. And what they do is they create certificates, right, we call notes, that are claims on those things. And we print many more certificates than there is money in the bank. And then that's a linked system. Right. And so we did that, and we broke that in 1971. Then you have a fiat monetary system, which means that you can print whatever amount of money you want, and you can put that, and that's what governments do. So we're in that part of the cycle, bigger picture, so that when you think about things, the depreciation of the exchange rate and the printing of money, I think over the next few years is going to be the biggest.
If you want to buy. So after that, let's dive into INCA One Gold Corporation with all the tickers you will find in the article below. So the link is there, so make sure to check it out for yourself as well. So we talked about the gold potential, so let's talk about INCA One Gold Corporation. So appears to be the first public traded gold processing company to complete permitting under Paris formalization legislation. What does it mean? So actually, when there's new companies or, old companies working on something new, they need to go to, legal steps to get approval, specifically, thinking like mining and processing of gold. So they could be one of the forefront companies out there in Peru, which is considered, and this is what we will talk about today as well, one of the most desired destination in this field. Okay, but let's move forward. So moreover, INCA One Gold could be one of the largest public traded processors in Peru with approximately 450 tons per day. This is an unbelievable number, but let me dive even further, because this is not a small company. The company claims to have seen roughly $100 million in sales in its first 5 years of operation and $35 million in 2019 alone. So if this struck your interest, let's dive into the stock chart of this company. So let's look into INCA One Gold Corporation. I really like the name. INCA is this, very ancient for this culture and civilization out there. So I really like the name. So let's talk about the stock chart real quick. So we are at around 0.49 as of this recording, 3% the last trading day. And let's have a look first on some data here. So we have here a market cap of about 16 million 0.825, which is, considering the sales that they are doing, like we said, over the last couple of years, over or around $100 million, then the market cap is quite interesting here. But let's look into the chart. So the last 6 months was a little bit of a downturn. However, though, if you're looking into the last month's chart, you can see that it was flat. And if you then look even a little bit more short term, then you can see that we might have seen, a kind of bottom and going up, because here over the last couple of 5 days, we could gain about 10%, which is, from about 45 till 45 cents. So you can see here that you can have a little bit of a big spread as well, right? Which is almost 10%, which is normal at this kind of penny stocks. And also volatility can be very, very, strong over a very short period of time. So, as more positive gold news we have, as more positive for such a company like INCA One Gold, and then you can see higher pricing quite ridiculously, okay? And then on the other way around as well, you can see that you can have high prices and then lower prices quite rapidly. So this is the positive things, but also the, let's say, interesting things about those penny stocks. And let me just show you what could be the potential. So if you're looking into the 52-week range, so over the last year, what happened? Where was the stock at the lowest point and where at the highest point? So you can see here the lowest point was at 17 cents and the highest point was at 86 cents. So even though if you would follow the stock and invest at 17, you could have the potential to more than triple your money. On the other hand as well, just to be aware, you could have also half your money. So it's now about in the middle of this range, and I'm quite interested where this thing can go. So let's dive in the conclusion, and guys, make sure to check out the article that is linked in the description as well as in the comment section of this vlog, and let's dive into the conclusion of this vlog. So in the conclusion, I would like to say, make sure to go into the article, look for yourself about the gold nuggets for this company. And I would love to emphasize that gold is definitely to stay over the next couple of years, okay? Big hedge fund managers, they, as the name say, hedge, need to hedge against, inflation, against another crisis maybe. And gold was and still is an always fantastic hedge for your portfolio. If money gets worthless, there's definitely gold that is still having a huge value for many, many people and companies out there as a substitution to traditional money or digital money, however you call it. Both gets basically worthless or less worth during inflation. So you can see here that the big guys like Ray Dalio are thinking that gold is here very, very important. And I know that, big guys are always keeping a little portion of gold in their portfolio just as a hedge, and I think this is fantastic. This is showing us that this asset is definitely something that is so important for us in the last couple of thousand years and will be for the next couple of thousand years. This is something that will not go away quite quickly, and then you have the potential of the whole infrastructure going with it if the price, as many analysts said in this article, to go even further up in the next couple of years due to the very unknown circumstances of the economy and its, let's say, doorman like Jerome Powell that just putting more and more money into the system where the money gets eventually, less and less worth. So definitely, people don't want to sitting on a melting ice cube, and that's why gold is so much important.